Bonjour à tous. Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad that you are here. We have an opportunity to stay a full day in Lisbon, Portugal before flying to Vienna. We have high expectations for Lisbon because we've read and heard of all the wonderful things. 24 hours are obviously not enough. So, to maximize the benefits of our time in Lisbon, we planned the minutiae for the day. Okay, this is our plan for the day. We want to go to see Torre de Belém, Belém Tower in English, and Padrão dos Descobrimentos, or the Monument of Discoveries, before having lunch at O Prado. After lunch, we'll go to visit the UNESCO World Heritage Site Mosteiro dos Jerônimos, or Jerónimos Monastery in English. Then finally, we'll taste the most authentic Portuguese egg tart, pastel de nata e pastéis de Belém. Later, we'll head to Baixa Lisboa, downtown in the historic center of Lisbon. There, I really want to see the huge Christmas tree lit at Praça do Comércio. We also would like to go to check Lisbon's Christmas market before going to the restaurant we booked for dinner. I know, it's quite a packed schedule. Are you ready to explore Lisbon with us? Let's go, allons-y!
Viejo camino, nuevo destino, y lo único que reconozco son las estrellas en el cielo. Porque tuve que
We booked a room at Star Inn, which is about 450 meters from the Lisbon airport, since we have our flight to Vienna tomorrow morning. As we'll be staying at the hotel room a bare minimum, only to shower and sleep, we just booked a simple room at a convenient location from and to the airport.
y para contar dejo mi historia.
We landed in Lisbon in the morning.
Buenos recuerdos en mi memoria.
You can buy pastel de nata even at the airport.
Porque
But we are going to the most famous pastel de nata bakery that opened in 1837, so I decided to pass. We already purchased Lisboa cards or Visit Lisbon cards with which you can take all public transportation within 24 hours. There are 3-day Visit Lisbon cards as well. You can take the subway and tram as much as you need for 24 hours. We go to the Visit Lisbon booth at the airport and pick up our cards we bought online. We pull our carry-ons to the hotel since it offers keeping our luggage until check-in time. We leave our jackets at the hotel as it's quite warm and we will not need our winter jackets in Lisbon. I let the reception know that we'll be back late at night. We take the subway to the center of Lisbon, then switch to a tram to go to Belém Tower. Belém Tower, Torre de Belém in Portuguese means Bethlehem Tower. It is a 16th century fortification that served as a point of embarkation and disembarkation for Portuguese explorers and a ceremonial gateway to Lisbon. Wow, it is an impressive tower. It is hard to believe this is an over 500-year-old structure. The tower was built from Leo's limestone and is a 30-meter tall 4-story tower. The tower was built on a small island in the Tagus River near the Lisbon shore. Since 1983, the tower has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site along with the Jerónimos Monastery. The line is very long to enter the tower, so be prepared. The Monument of the Discoveries, Padrão dos Descobrimentos in Portuguese, is a monument on the northern bank of the Tagus River estuary and is at a walking distance from Belém Tower. Located along the river where ships departed to explore and trade with India and the Orient, the monument celebrates the Portuguese age of exploration during the 15th and 16th centuries. The original structure is complemented by the 33 statues. It is ostensibly 52 meters high. On either side of the slab are ramps that join at the river's edge, with the figure of Prince Henry the Navigator on its edge. All these 33 figures are from the history of discoveries. The South African government gifted the construction of the square in front of the monument. The compass rose of 50-meter diameter is made of limestone. It includes a mapa mundi, the world map that is 40 meters wide, showing the routes of Portuguese carracks during the Age of Discovery. I am fascinated all over again by the fact that the explorers of the 15th and 16th century sailed all the way down to the southern hemisphere and navigated their way to India. From the Monument of the Discoveries, you can see the Sanctuary of Christ the King Portugal monument across Tagus River. Now we go to O Prado, a very popular restaurant among locals. Walking on the streets, I've noticed the tiled pavement and all different patterns. They look so special. I learned that Portuguese pavement, calçada portuguesa, or simply calçada in Portuguese, is a traditional style pavement used for many pedestrian areas in Portugal. Paving as a craft appeared around 1500 in Portugal, but it was not until the 19th century that it was executed the way we know it today. It consists of small flat pieces of stones arranged in a pattern or image like a mosaic. In Lisbon, they are everywhere and part of the streetscape. We arrive at the restaurant. It seems there always is a waiting line, but it moves at a decent speed. Clams, fish, seafood rice, oh my god, all their food is delicious. Can you believe that you order a bottle of Portuguese wine at a restaurant and it doesn't cost you 10 euros? I love it. We still have a lot to see. We got to move quickly. Now it's time to go to Jerónimos Monastery. The construction of the monastery and church began on January 6, 1501, and was completed 100 years later. Manuel I selected the monks to occupy the monastery, whose role was to pray for the king's eternal soul and to provide spiritual assistance to navigators and sailors who departed to discover lands around the world. The monks did pray for over 4 centuries until 1833, when the religious orders were dissolved and the monastery was abandoned. In the main chapel, along with the royal tombs of Manuel I and John III, the Portuguese monarchs who supported the naval explorations, there is a tomb of Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer and the first European to reach India by sea. Vasco da Gama contracted malaria not long after arriving in India for the 3rd time and died in the city of Cochin on Christmas Eve in 1524. His remains were returned to Portugal in 1539. In 1880, Da Gama's remains were moved to a newly carved tomb in the nave of the Geronimos Monastery's church, only a few meters away from the tombs of the kings Manuel I and John III, whom Da Gama had served. The cloister of the monastery is a beauty. It is richly ornate in Portuguese late Gothic style known as Manueline. It originates in the 16th century during the Portuguese Renaissance and Age of Discoveries. It seems the theme of the entire city is commemorating and celebrating the discoveries and naval explorations of the Age of Discoveries, and is truly wonderful. Having admired the architectural elegance of Jeronimo's Monastery, we walk to the most famous pastry bakery of the entire Lisbon, Pastéis de Belém. Pastel de nata or pastel de Belém is a Portuguese egg custard tart pastry, optionally dusted with cinnamon. Did you know that pastel de nata was created before the 18th century by Catholic monks at the Jeronimos Monastery? After all convents and monasteries in Portugal were shut down in 1834, someone from the monastery offered sweet pastries for sale, and pastries that rapidly became known as Pastéis de Belém from 1837. This Pastéis de Belém place is huge. That's why you can be seated pretty quickly, even though there always is a long waiting line. It looks a little bit chaotic, but it's a controlled chaos. Don't worry, don't panic, you will be served fine. And their pastel de nata is really good. It's already getting dark at 5 p.m. A good time to go to see the celebrated Christmas tree at Praça do Comércio. We are going to take a tram downtown. This Christmas tree is so gorgeous, and there are lots and lots of people. Christmas is truly the most festive time of the year. To see the Praça do Comércio and Baixa de Lisboa or downtown Lisbon even better, we are climbing up the arch Arco da Rua Augusta on the Praça do Comércio. Oh, you don't need to climb, you just take the elevator. This arch was built to commemorate the city's reconstruction after the 1755 earthquake. The historical statues are colossal, but on an evening in December, you get to pay more attention to Down on Plaza and Baixa de Lisboa and the flood of people. It is quite a splendid sight. We go back down and push our way through the crowd on Baixa de Lisboa to go to taste the famous codfish cake. Now we are here to have pastéis de bacalao, or codfish pastries, or codfish fritters in English. It smells so good. Anything deep fried smells heavenly, doesn't it? Pastéis de bacalao is a typical Portuguese dish made of potato puree, onion, parsley, and steamed codfish amassed together in a bowl and linked with eggs and milk and then deep fried. If you like fish and potatoes, you will like this codfish fritter. It's crunchy outside and soft inside. There is a set menu composed of pastéis de bacalao and port wine. You don't need to have this combo menu, but I like to try and keep the port wine glass as a souvenir from Lisbon. Before going to the restaurant where we booked a table, we'll stop by at a Christmas market at the Rocio. The Lisbon Christmas market definitely has its own character and charm. It's very lively. It offers food and hot wine like Christmas markets in Austria and Germany do. But there also is more lighthearted music and dance.
Come on, what was I supposed to do? He was out of town, and his two friends were so fun.
It's really fun to watch and be part of it. I really don't want to leave here, but we have a reservation, so we got to go. Duki is the restaurant we booked. Unbelievably, they have 3 dining locations on the same street. I didn't realize the restaurant was this popular. Compared to the restaurants in France, Italy, or Spain, prices of Lisbon restaurants are more than competitive and reasonably set. Food is delicious and the service is excellent. I will come back to Portugal for its amazing food.
Aconteceu de errado, veja bem pelo outro lado, é o que faz você agora.
We take the subway back to our hotel where we left our carry-ons more than 12 hours ago.
Do passado,
We receive our room key. As I said, it's a simple and clean room without frills. Oh, there is a cute mini bottle of welcome drink. Port wine. It's very nice and I find this kind of small gesture make it memorable.
o tempo de Deus não tem razão. Até o dia que soltarmos que nos foi presenteado esse pássaro na mão. Seu assovio é tão lindo, é o canto do perdão.
We wake up early in the morning to catch our flight to Vienna. We go down to grab something for breakfast and there is a surprise. There are pastéis de nata at the breakfast buffet. Isn't it so sweet? I'm not going to have a pasta de nata first thing in the morning, but I will have one during my 3.5-hour flight to Vienna. We had a very busy day in Lisbon, but it was totally worth it. I hope you liked our 24-hour stay in Lisbon. If you have enjoyed it, please do give this video a thumbs up. I very much appreciate it. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my weekly videos. I hope to see you again next week. Thanks for watching.